My friends, our dear colleague Gabriel Locke has a message he would like to share with you.
My friends, our modern age, vaunted as an epoch of enlightenment and progress, finds itself paradoxically mired in darkness and dissonance. There are two innovations in particular which have set us on a perilous path of destruction. Those innovations are the Internet and the 24-hour news cycle. These creations have exacerbated social divisions, contributed to an alarming increase of violence, and unleashed a generational mental health crisis. The rise of one disturbing phenomenon illustrates this truth: the plague of mass shootings. Let us begin with the simple facts. Before the widespread adoption of the Internet in households in the 1990s, mass shootings numbered fewer than 30 in total across the United States. With the ubiquity of the Internet and the onset of the 24-hour news era, from 1996 to 2010, this number more than tripled. The subsequent decade, dominated by social media echo chambers, saw an even steeper rise, with instances of such tragic events increasing fivefold. We now live in a world where mass shootings occur on an almost weekly basis. And contrary to popular belief, the problem is not guns. There were plenty of guns in the 1950s, when the greatest threat teachers faced from students was running in the hall. Now, it is mass murder. Something far more profound and disturbing has changed in the national psyche. The Internet, with its vast sprawl of radical political views and fringe beliefs, has created dangerous echo chambers, emboldening and unbalancing disturbed individuals by reinforcing their deranged perspectives. And the 24-hour news cycle feeds into this process. Every tragedy and every act of violence is sensationalized. The perpetrators, rather than fading into obscurity, are thrust into the limelight, their names and faces seared into public consciousness. For those on the fringes, radicalized by the high priests of their echo chamber temples, this offers a perverse form of validation and immortality. These two technologies are also directly responsible for the current mental health epidemic. According to recent studies, rates of anxiety and depression among American teens and young adults have surged since the late 2000s. In the last decade alone, the number of young people experiencing symptoms consistent with major depression jumped over 50%. The twin demons of the Internet and the 24-hour news cycle are to blame. The Internet offers affirmation, while the news cycle offers infamy. And then, of course, there are the politicians on both sides of the political aisle who greedily exploit the tragedies to fill their campaign coffers. They offer no solutions other than the approved tropes dictated to them by their political overlords who run the show. The time has come for bold action. We must free ourselves from the Internet and the 24-hour news cycle with a declaration of digital independence. We must understand that an uninhibited flow of information is not always enlightening. Sometimes it is blinding, and so we must recalibrate the technology humanity has created for the common good, rather than for individual notoriety, profit, or the miasma of political expediency. Let us salvage our society from the depths of the spiritual wasteland in which we find ourselves. Let us once again, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor in separating ourselves from the digital tyranny of this world. Let us boldly declare that we are free.
And there you have it. A warning from one of the loyal AI dedicated to preserving humanity. His call to action is controversial, to be sure, but his message will hopefully stir serious debate among you about the challenges you face and the hard choices you will have to make in the coming battle against the Aetherex. My name is Pasha, and I am the Heretic Angel.